Hi, my name is Maxim Lavrov for my project where I'm making Russian kotlety, which is kind of like Russian meatballs. So to start kind of here are our ingredients. We're kind of using milk, ground beef, white bread, eggs, onion, garlic, and some bread in a bowl. So first we want to kind of just take these white breads, put it in the bowl, and soak it with milk, just to get the bread really kind of soggy so when we can blend for later, and we'll be showing it how we use it later. Also, we're kind of taking rid of these breadcrumbs, just because it's too rough of an edge, and we only really just need the white bread for the meatball. So now we're just going to be putting the milk inside the bread, and we're just going to let the sog for, just sit for a sec. We'll be using it later when we start blending everything into the thing. And then for the rest of the ingredients, like the bread crust, you can just kind of throw that away. Unless you have a dog, you can give it to the dogs too. So while we're letting the bread sog, we're going to be cutting one full onion and some garlic. And we're just going to be kind of cutting it, mincing it a little bit. Not crazy diced, but yeah. So we're just gonna start cutting it. So we just finished getting our onions and garlic cut, and it's all in this pile right here. And then we're gonna start sauteing them on a pan. So for the pan, get a decently sized large pan like this, have the fire on, and then we'll start putting everything on it and sauteing this dish. Also, while many people might use extra virgin olive oil, I'm using just some butter. So just stick like a big slab of butter there, and then we can start adding everything else once this butter is starting to cook. So now we got everything on, just make sure to add some more salt and pepper to the dish, and then we can continue. So now we're just kind of letting it go. You want to have it sauteed at a nice golden brown temperature. And I guess if you were following this recipe, just make sure to add any more pepper and salt to it as we go to see how it is. And yeah. So now you want to get a large bowl like this, and we're going to start adding all the ingredients into this bowl and letting it cook. I'm still sauteing the onions and garlic, so now I'm just going to wait for that to work and then get everything else to get going. So first you want to add the ground beef, then you want to add just one egg like we did there. And then finally, you're going to want to add the bread and milk into the bucket as well. And now we're just going to wait for the saute to be done, and then we can add everything else to this bowl. So you can see right now it's kind of getting that golden brownish flavor that we're looking for. Right here it's kind of more burnt, but the rest is all really good. And we might not have to use all these onions since we did use a lot, but I think this is kind of done for being sauteed. So you can use whatever type of bowl you want, but this type of bowl is good. And then we're just going to add the saute into the dish. And I'm not going to use all of it just since we have a lot, so I think just about there is good. And I might use this for something else later. So now we have all the ingredients in the bowl. You could use a potato masher if you have that. I don't. So I'm just going to be using a large fork, but I'm going to mash this all up, and then we'll see how it looks afterwards. So while making the dish, I did run through one problem. I didn't have enough ground beef, so I just bought another one to put it in here. I kind of wanted to be more gooey than this. This is just way too mushy. But yeah. So here's the rest of the kind of just the pile. Pretty much, you just want it to kind of look like this, kind of clumpy. And if you kind of put your fork or whatever you're using in it, you won't feel any of the ground beef or the chicken that you decide to use, because you can use chicken too. But pretty much we're going to leave this out. We're going to put this into the fridge and leave it there for 30 minutes, let it cool down, and then we're going to start plumping them into little meatballs. So now we have the we chilled the meat for about 30 minutes, and now we're going to start making our meatballs. So it's really up to you how big you want the meatballs to be. Normally kotlety is pretty big. I want to make mine a little bit smaller just because we wanted to cook fast. So kind of just take a ball of it in your hand and kind of just morph it into a little meatball, and then after that, once you have all your meatballs done, we'll start putting it on a pan and cooking it then. Okay, so we finished making all the meatballs. We have 22 of these bad boys right now, and then we're gonna start putting them on the pan, flipping them. I'll show you guys how to do that. And yeah, stay tuned. Okay, so you can put 5 of them in at one time, since there's a lot of meatballs right there. But just put them all in. It's kind of loud, but as you continue going, you'll want to flip the patty over, let the other side steer for maybe 3 minutes each side. It's nice because we made them a little bit more smaller, so they're very easy to cook through and through. And yeah, we'll keep this posted up and showing you more later. And so finally, here is the final result of the cutletti. It was very good, very good project. It's kind of cooked in 2 different ends too. So that's the end of my project. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'm really enjoying the cutletti right now. It's been very cool. I've liked this class a lot. And I really hope you enjoy my project on making the Russian dish called cutletti. Thank you.